Welcome back to my Space Engineer Survival series. To start with, I'd like to apologize. I said that it was on welding speed 2 times last episode when in fact it was on 5 times. Don't know how I could have possibly made that mistake, but oh well. We're just gonna keep going and roll with it. As you may know, I'm dying. I didn't know I was dying. You guys might have known that, but I didn't. So, to recap what's happened so far, I have gotten a minimal amount of fuel, and I think it's already all the way processed. My engineer is very concerned about his food supplies because somebody else stole the tasty chips out of the cargo container. Don't look at me, I didn't do it. Anyway, I started to build my mining rig. Which I need another motor for. What has motors? Dusters don't. Those don't. Ah, conveyors. Gyroscope. That ought to have motors, right? Yes, 2 motors. Anyway. Back to the RP element, I suppose. Shit. Okay, well the gravity wasn't turned on, so it's okay. I hate it when I do that kind of stupid stuff, though. How many plates are there? Don't bump them. 714, so... let's take these and stick them in there. There. Okay, so, where was I? Oh yeah. I lost track of how many days I've been out here. Everything seems to blend together. I've noticed a few passing ships, but I'm unable to determine what class they are, or even what alliance they hold. I'm not about to go out and search for other ships. The risk is just too great with as many pirates as there are in this sector. I'll just have to build my own way out. Unfortunately, that's going to take some time. And possibly resources that I don't have. Fortunately enough, this asteroid, it seems to be overflowing with supplies that I'd need to construct anything. There's plenty of iron everywhere. I saw some gold around too. I'm not sure about magnesium or platinum. And silicone, I'm not sure about that either. The mining ship is coming along fairly well. Hopefully after I finish everything required for it, I won't have to worry about carrying things around anymore, searching and hoping I don't lose supplies as they drift away. Unfortunately, I'm finding I have to cannibalize more and more of my ship. But what good is the ship if it doesn't have anything, any defenses or any supplies? I've noticed another slight problem. I likely won't have enough displays to finish the mining ship at the moment. taking them from the cockpit of the main ship seems to be my only option. But even then, I'm not sure if I'll have enough. Unfortunately, there is a slight issue. I don't seem to have any at all extra reactor components. And I'll need this reactor to power the ship. So I may have to go find some silver. I just hope it's only silver that I need and not something else that I'm missing. I'm finding that I have to cannibalize more and more of the ship. So long as nothing collides with it, everything should be okay. I don't think anything can get in here to it. Maybe I can break down some of the thruster components into the pieces that I require for my reactor. I'm not sure how many days of rations I have left. Oh no. This is not good. Unfortunately, with the lack of a gravity stabilizer, building these ships is going to be a lot more delicate. I have to remember that from now on. That slight bump could have spelled my doom. In other news, I have managed to figure out that I can recycle water. Just don't ask how. I try not to think about it. I suppose this is as good a time as any to discuss my original mission. I was sent here to investigate and retrieve any survivors from the HMS Cusack. I'm not exactly sure what faction the Cusack is from, but I do know there was nothing left of the ship when I arrived. Fortunately, I still have a working medical bay, so I can recharge my suit from there. Unfortunately, none of the extensions cords survived. That crate was on the back of the ship. Should probably turn the ship off for now. Conserve as much power as is possible. Because who knows how long I'll be out here. The mining rig is coming along quite nicely. I still haven't quite determined how I'm going to interconnect everything. At the moment, I don't think it matters. Eventually, I will construct this one to regulation. For the moment, though, I just need something to aid in my survival. Unfortunately, I didn't take the visual engineering courses. I barely passed those by the skin of my teeth. So I'm finding that I'm having to rebalance the ship every now and then. I am fairly certain about the weight distribution, however. Unfortunately, my camera drone seems to malfunction every once in a while. The signal cuts out. I think I'll leave it turned off for now to save power. Time to find out if I can convert some of these thruster components into something useful. Well, unfortunately, it seems there's no silver in those, and I require gravel as well. Gravel shouldn't be too difficult to find, though. Silver, on the other hand, is a whole nother story. I suppose I should begin my search for silver. Platinum, silicone, iron. Nickel. Sometimes I forget what all these ores are required to build. Thank the engineers at home for programming everything into the computers. Cobalt. There's that damn drone malfunctioning again. Worthless. I seem to have found some silver. How much do I have to go through to get to it is the question. 13 meters of rock. Now the real question is, where did I park the ship? pretty sure this is the first vein I found, which means the ship should be right up there. No. This is not good. The one time I need that little worthless drone to work. I am still on the same asteroid, though. There's only a finite number of places I could have parked, right? Now I'm talking to myself. Had me worried there for a moment. It seems this small ship will require both reactors to function properly. Slightly unfortunate, but there's not much else we can do about that at the moment. I may have to install a third or possibly fourth reactor to cope for the drilling. It looks like it functions well enough. The first thing we need to gather is fuel, though. Mix in some iron with it, it looks like. Unfortunately, a ship of this size is highly unstable with this much drilling power. unfortunate side of this asteroid is that I become quite disorientated inside it for the moment. I'm now deciding that automating this machinery has to happen a lot earlier than I originally predicted. Hopefully I have the supplies required to finish this process. Unfortunately, that process seems to have drained my fuel quite a bit more than I expected. Luckily now, though, I have some reserve supplies for my fuel. And as the ship no longer draws directly from the supply lines, I should be able to conserve that quite well. Displays seem to be quite an issue. As well as motors. I just realized that if I place an antenna on this ship, I'll be able to find the damaged portions much easier. However, at the moment, I lack the supplies required to build the antenna. I believe. No, I have them. This will, of course, allow me to locate my mining ship as well as locate damaged portions of it. As the broadcast range is not set very high, it shouldn't attract any unwanted attention. However, I should consider what components are required to finish the ore detector. would seem I overestimated the supplies required for the detector. I'm not surprised there's as many pirates as there are in this sector. These asteroids are rich with resources. I'm starting to wonder if wasting all this fuel searching for the ship is going to end my existence prematurely. Fortunately, I've finished the connection pipe to allow for unloading the ore quite easily. I wonder if there's a manual for these stupid things somewhere on board. I am slightly curious as to whether or not the piloting mechanism will work through these for the main ship. It does not, and it seems I've made a grave mistake. I had forgotten that I removed the gyroscope from the main ship. If I construct an anchor for the ship, it might aid my survival process. However, I have to take into account the ship's size, mass, as well as several other key factors. should be enough to hold the anchor in place. I will have to reconstruct the gyroscope, however. As well as the cockpit. Well, now that you have my goals for next episode, if you're still watching, enjoy and have fun, and see you next time.